Carson Stone stripped off his shirt and chopped wood, a sheen of sweat coating him within minutes. It would get hotter before it would cool off. His shoulders and neck were sore by the time he finished splitting the logs. He paused when he saw Jenny coming toward him from the main house. She was only 8, butter-yellow hair and pigtails, a front tooth missing. She carried the water bucket with both hands, some of it sloshing out. He stood patiently and let her come at her own pace. He looked around. It was wide-open country and seemed especially empty with the Taylor brothers and the ranch hands off on the cattle drive. He'd worked on a ranch before, and the sudden quiet after months of hard work and mooing cattle always struck him as odd. Jenny arrived and set the bucket on the stump. "Hot work, Mr. Stone?" "Hot enough," he said. "And I told you it was okay to call me Carson." She handed him the ladle. "Ma says not to call adults by their first name." "Well, listen to your ma, then." Carson Stone dipped the ladle into the bucket, then brought it to his lips. It went down his throat cool and clean. He dipped it again and drank more. "You need the rest of this." "No, sir." Carson dumped the rest of the bucket over his head, then handed it back to Jenny empty. "Thanks for that." "You're welcome." She turned and skipped back to the house. Carson slopped the pigs, fed the chickens, and repaired a stretch of fence on one of the pens. He leaned against a fence post, wishing he had the rest of that bucket of water. "I don't pay you enough to work this hard," said a voice behind him. Carson turned to see William Taylor grinning at him. He smiled at the old man. $10 a month, meals, and a roof over my head, that's what we agreed on." "I thought you'd talk me up," William said. William was the uncle of the 2 men who ran the ranch. In his mid-60s, he'd had enough of the trail and now stayed behind when the others went on the drive. He'd fallen off a barn and broken his arm, which was in a sling. Carson had happened along at just the right time and now took care of the routine chores that usually would have fallen to William. It was a good, temporary setup, a quiet place and out of the way, although Carson would be moving on at the end of the month. There were things he had to do. "The money's not as important as a quiet place to think for a while," Carson said. "I reckon a man needs that every now and then," William said. "I won't pry into your business, but I'm a good listener if you ever find yourself in the mood."